President Trump telling West Point cadets today he will not cut back on the proposed $1 trillion military budget, which includes $150 billion in new money from the Big Beautiful Bill. For more on the speech and what that money would pay for, let's bring in retired U.S. Army captain, West Point graduate, and Restoration of America founder Doug Truax. Doug, welcome.
Thanks for having me on, Mike. Good to be with you.
A little bit more from the commander-in-chief speaking to the graduates of the class of 2025 at West Point, and I'll get you to react.
It's a very different warfare out there today. Now they've introduced a thing called drone. A drone is a little bit different. It makes you have to go back and learn a whole new form of warfare, and you're going to do it better than anybody else. There won't be anybody close.
What does it mean for the young men and women graduating today from West Point to hear from their commander-in-chief at such a critical stage in their lives?
Well, it's a really big deal, and it's been 33 years for me, but I remember that day very clearly. It was a great day after a long week with your family there. I remember my hat being up in the air as I looked up there. So it's a big deal for them, and it's a doubly big deal when you actually when you get the president to come speak at your graduation. So it's fantastic for them. I think it's great for them to hear what he had to say, where things are going, getting out of endless wars. When he talked about the drones, this is a whole new era that we're in, and we're not way behind, but we are behind, especially when you think about what's been going on in Ukraine with Russia and how the drone production for them has escalated compared to our drone manufacturing and where we are in general. We've got some work to do very quickly, but we've got some great graduates coming out of West Point. I may be biased, but I've always said, as West Point goes, so goes the military, so goes the U.S., so goes the world. And those men and women coming out of there, they've put in a lot of effort, and they're the folks that can lead us back to a better place on this.
The president got a loud roar when he spoke to the graduates about rebuilding the United States military. What is your sense of morale for those wearing the uniform right now?
Well, I think it's going way up. I think we see that in recruiting numbers as well. The days of DEI in the military are over. Ironically, in this situation, President Trump was up on the stage with the superintendent, the commandant, and the dean, all generals that I think need to be fired as soon as they quickly can, as soon as possible. I know he's being polite today. It's graduation. It's great. But those folks just a couple months ago, they were still pushing DEI courses. And so now we're in a place where it's been Secretary Hegseth, God love him, is rooting this out. But I tell you, there needs to be a message sent. And if these generals have got full on board with DEI over the years, knowing, well, they should have known that it's deadly in the future because it really hurts lethality. You cannot have a military that's divided in any way. It's all about uniformity. It's all about going downrange together. Don't be talking about skin color or anything else. Just go downrange and win the war, win the battle, look out for each other. And these guys that have been all in for the DEI piece, they need to go. And I know some have been fired over Restoration of America, Foundation for the Restoration of America. We've got some things in the works where we're going to be talking about some other generals and admirals that have been doing things that they shouldn't have been doing. And I do believe there's still a lot going on in the military that needs to get rooted out, and we're going to be working on that too. But that creates a better environment for everybody going in. Recruiting numbers are up, including for these graduates going. It's a new day in the military. I'm really happy it's here. It's been a long haul with Obama and Biden, and we're headed back the other direction, which is great.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth praised the House for passing the Big Beautiful Bill. Let's play it, and I'll get you to react.
It's going to get us to that trillion, allow us to plan in FY26, and we're rebuilding the military. There's Golden Dome's in that, border security's in that, hypersonics, long-range drones, you name it, we're funding it. The F-47, which the president announced, all the modernization of the military and the Army, we're committed, and it's a big first step. So I commend the Speaker and the Republicans for passing that.
What's your assessment of that national security investment?
Well, I think it's great. I know people complain about the amount of money, but you think about the amount of money that we spend in general and what we spend it on. If we are not going to invest as much as we possibly can and should in the people that are going to go downrange and go into combat on our behalf, then shame on us. And so I think it's fine. I think that they're definitely, and I know Secretary Hegseth believes in this as well. In the Department of Defense, I'm sure there's a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse going on. And so we've got to dig in. And if we go through and fully doge that thing and make sure that everything is on the up and up, and if all the secretaries and all the departments in the government our military should be front and center in terms of accountable, knowing what's going on, and it's really not. And we know that it's been pretty messy over the decades. It's time to get back to that. I think there'll be plenty of extra money to be found, and we go to this $1 trillion. We really got a country our size. We've got to have this Golden Dome and these things that protect us and encourage other bad actors to say, well, I don't know if we can pull this attack off, and if we don't, they're going to come for us. And so we need to keep that probability very high in their mind of failure. And that's what that does. And that's a lot of money, I know, but we're a great country, and these are great people that just graduated today, and the other service academies as well. And if they're going to go downrange on our behalf, we need to have the best military possible for them.
Captain Doug Truax, thank you for your service, and thank you for your analysis today.
Thanks, Mike.